What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman and Dave Loughran here for the breakfast menu served up by No House Advantage. Now, before we get started, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. And then go check out No House Advantage. Whether you're playing NBA, MLB, NFL, even PGA contests, No House Advantage is the place to be. And boy, do I have a little bit of a special for you. Instead of the normal deposit bonus, you can use the promo code Awesemo today and get, the promo code is Awesemo, not Awesemo today, just in case that's confusing to you guys. Just Awesemo. $50 instant match deposit bonus, up from the normal $20. Don't pass up an opportunity for free money. We've got tools on the website that will help you make those lineups, and it won't cost you a single cent. You can download the app in the App Store if you'd like. You don't have to worry about fantasy points. This is just going to be player props. Win big with player props today at No House Advantage, the presenting sponsor of the breakfast menu. Ben's on vacation. I'm finding substitutes. Yesterday was Eric. By the way, he went 2-0 on the video, so you have big shoes to fill. Loughy, how's it going?
It's going well, man. I'm actually excited about this, but also disappointed because there's a book out there that actually threw in some cross-sport bets for today. But you know what? They didn't do the over-under lines. They just gave you straight yes lines. So there's no that you can bet on it, right? There's no. It's kind of lame in that regard because it's a lot more fun when you can take one side or the other, right? And that's just not the case. So you're basically just getting let me bet yes at plus 2,000 on everything, which isn't nearly as fun.
I saw some that were like crosses in the New York Revolution game against Devin Booker. So I was like, I couldn't even break this down if I wanted to.
No, and there's a lot of them. There's got to be 100 of them. I mean, they just keep going. It was overwhelming.
It was excessive. Sure. It was very excessive. So you guys know the theme. We are putting down strips of bacon as our units. We're going to make 3 picks today for Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Since this is your first time, I will lay the groundwork. I will go first. My first bet, it's a 1 strip of bacon play. That would be Mikal Bridges over 10.5 points at minus 110. I've got him projected for 11.8 points in 30 minutes. So over a point clear of the line. It's the 3rd highest ROI on OddsShopper for any of the points props. When both of those things are usually in sync, I really feel good. It's not that I have any big thoughts on Mikal Bridges for today. Sometimes the data is just the data. Spoiler alert, I'm looking at the Bucks for today, which generally means the Bucks are going to make a lot more shots, which also removes the ability for, good stuff to happen for the Suns. Maybe Bridges just hits a couple extra threes. Maybe the good guys, the Bookers and the Pauls and the Aytons aren't getting it done. I think Bridges is the glue guy for the Suns that maybe takes the step ahead of someone like Jay Crowder today. It's not like I'm crazy about it, but if I'm 1.3 points clear of it, I got to take that line.
I have no problem with that at all. Now, is this where I go?
This is where you go. We're going to alternate 3, and then we're serving up our side of No House Advantage.
I wasn't sure if you tee me up, if there was any type of prompt here. I'm used to being in the other seat.
I know.
I like the Bridges play. I'm going 1 strip of bacon. See, I got this. But I'm going on one that has done me really well all series long and into last season when the Bucks faced Atlanta. And it sounds crazy, right? Over props on PJ Tucker are generally an exercise in futility, but over 4.5 points. I mean, look, last game, 1 field goal attempt, 0 points. Brutal. Okay. But at the same time, now all of these books have dropped his point total down. I've seen it come down 1, even 2 in some spots to 4.5. Little bit of juice on the over, but not a lot at all. Josh, in 6 of his last 7 games, he's gone north of 4.5 points. He's going to get up a couple 3-point attempts, and barring foul trouble, which we saw in back-to-back games, he finished with 5 fouls and was still in to close them in the last one where they only won by 6 points. The other one was a blowout, no need. PJ Tucker is going to play between 33 and 35 minutes if he isn't in foul trouble. And there's no reason to try and predict foul trouble. You want to talk exercise in futility, trying to predict foul trouble, because it can come against anyone or it might not come at all. Nobody thought Devin Booker would be sitting out most of the 4th or a lot of the 4th with foul trouble last game. Should have fouled out if we're being fair. But anyway, over 4.5 points on PJ Tucker. It's been a consistent bet recently, Josh, and he's actually doing a little bit of work down low on the offensive boards, which I'll get to in another bet. Yeah, I think PJ Tucker over 4.5. Let's get it, man. All he needs is 5 across 35 minutes.
Maybe he'll accidentally make a pass and get you 60% of the way there again.
It's possible. It's possible.
It's happened. We've seen it happen. Amazing. Truly amazing. He has. Got another strip of bacon coming here for bet number 2. This would be Jay Crowder, under 6.5 rebounds at plus 105. I've got him projected for 5.4 rebounds, and I even bumped his minutes up to 36 for today. So I'm a full rebound under, and I'm getting plus money. And this one is the one that really fits my game narrative. I think the Bucks win the game. Generally speaking, that probably means that they're shooting pretty well, which means that there are less defensive rebound opportunities out there. If there's less opportunities, I just think that Jay Crowder is going to get less potential rebounds. And that's bearing out in my projections right now. So nothing too crazy. If I'm projecting someone for a rebound less than the line and I get it at plus 105, no brainer. It also makes me feel a little bit better. Not that these things are correlated at all, but I like going to a Bridges over prop for anything if I'm going to take an under on Jay Crowder. I don't think that those two guys get to the same places at the same time.
Okay. I'm going, and I found the cross sport bet that I'll just throw out there later. It's okay. It's kind of tough. It's just one of those throwaways, but I'll probably put maybe say a quarter strip of bacon on it, Josh, because it's fun. But I'm going to Devin Booker. Now, we talk, you and I, all the time about the volatility when it comes to Devin Booker. Totally scoring dependent. But if you look at that last game, Devin Booker was in line to play ridiculous minutes. Okay. Game before that, they're down by 25 points at the start of the fourth quarter. He doesn't come back, plays just shy of 30. If that game's competitive, you're getting over 40 for Devin Booker again. But last game, he got 39 minutes and sat out. My assumption is he probably would have played almost the entire fourth quarter. He missed, 5 minutes probably in the fourth. I could legitimately see Devin Booker playing 45 minutes, 45 minutes tonight. Game 5, critical game to break a 2-2 tie in the series after both teams sweep at home. So I'm going Devin Booker over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think you need him today. You're back in the desert, coming off a 42-point game-high scoring performance in Game 4 despite the loss. I think 37.5, while I'm not big usually on taking point rebounds and assist props for someone like Devin Booker that's scoring dependent, if I'm getting and I'm projecting him for a ton of minutes tonight, nearly the whole game, in the finals, yeah, I think Devin Booker can easily clear that. I expect 30+% usage, and his rebounding hasn't been that awful either.
So I have Booker in my model right now at 42 minutes and going over that mark at 38.9. And I think that it's very realistic that 44 minutes is where I end up by the time we get to lock, which means we're adding probably another 2 at that point, way north of that points, rebounds, assist number. So I really like that bet, and it might be one that I'm going to have to tail.
Oh, I like it. When you're getting that many, and I think sometimes, I'm not saying by any stretch that you and I are smarter than the bookmakers, but I do think sometimes some of them probably, but I do think there's they omit or they just kind of they overlook the fact that sometimes you're getting legitimately 45, maybe even 46 minutes in these type of games, right? Like if you're projecting 42, those extra 3 or 4 minutes for a guy like Booker with a 30+% usage rate are very significant.
Absolutely. And Devin Booker is in a unique spot that he can beat that without even including rebounds and assists.
Exactly. Right.
He can score 40 points and just get it immediately.
Right. And he could also come in with like 22 total. So there's a pendulum swing there. But when Devin Booker, last game, for example, Devin Booker could have finished with 0 rebounds and 0 assists and cleared that number by 4.
Yeah. There you go. All right. This one's about to get really fun. I got to buckle up for this one.
Let's hear it, baby.
We are going one strip of bacon here. I thought about going a little bit smaller, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go at this one with conviction. One strip of bacon, The Milwaukee Bucks win this series 4-2 at plus 300. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. This is not the first time we've had the Bucks win 4-2. Yeah, I think they win game 5. I think they win game 6. This one goes, we're done in Milwaukee for game 6.
Wow. So you think Bucks go 4 straight, come back from an 0-2 deficit in the finals and crush the hopes and dreams of the Phoenix Suns, who haven't been here in 7 centuries?
Well, if I think that they're going to win today, it's really hard for me to want to be like, and then they go back home to Milwaukee and drop game 6 and then finish it off in game 7. So it just didn't. If I'm going to think that they win here, I almost have to believe that they're also going to win game 6. But when push comes to shove, I do think the Bucks are a slightly better team. I'm pretty sure Chris Paul is problematically hurt. We'll see if that actually ends up being the case. And as much as people want to say that Coach Bud isn't like doing anything in the series, I know that's like the hot narrative. The Bud's like a bad coach or something. By the way, he's about to win an NBA title. They've made major defensive changes in this series.
Yeah.
The Suns were getting anything they wanted from corner threes in games 1 and 2. Those shots are gone now. They are not taking corner threes at all for game 3 or game 4.
I know.
And I'm not entirely sure what the Suns are going to do to crack that code. I think the Bucks are just too long and too big on D. I don't think it's helping at all. That something is wrong with Chris Paul's hand. It's clearly affecting him. These last 2 games from Chris Paul have been dreadful.
Really bad.
Dreadful. Especially for someone that's taken Chris Paul to double props in game 3 and game 4. Not going back to that one today.
What he did, especially after what he did in the first game. I mean, Chris Paul looked hungry, right? I mean, second game, 23, 4, and 8 as well. He's fallen off a cliff, particularly in game 4. It was brutal.
Yeah, so there it is. If you want to come join me, if you think the Bucks win today, there's no reason to not take this as a series bet. 4-2 plus 300, 1 strip of bacon. We're going big.
I dig it. All right, I'm going. I don't necessarily disagree with you that the Bucks win this series. I don't think it's 4-2. I think we go 7 here. I feel a game 7 for sure.
Okay.
They're pretty evenly matched teams. And I also agree that Bud has made some adjustments. After game 1, they got annihilated in the pick and roll. Game 2, they try and trap the guard above the break, and then they just give up a ton of corner threes. Then they took those corner threes away. And Phoenix definitely did not look like the same team with the same confidence that they did through the first 2 games at home. Totally agree. But I'm laying the points in the first quarter with the Phoenix Suns. I'm not a big narrative guy, but I do believe in the momentum sometimes of coming back home after dropping 2. This isn't even to say, these are the type of bets I'll make when I don't feel confident betting the sides on the game spread, right? Because this opened at 4. It's down to 3.5 in some spots, but I like the Suns laying 1.5 at home in the first quarter alone. And they have covered that. They have covered the first quarter spread, I think, now in like 4 of their last 5 games, 5 of their last 6. That's one I definitely like. And I like to bet them when I'm not confident in the game, the full game.
Ben took the Bucks in game 3 in the first quarter, the only quarter they lost, and then the Bucks beat the brakes off of them in 2, 3, and 4, which is really funny. So good luck on that. I don't blame
him for taking it though. Those things happen.
They do. So that's 3 bets up, 3 bets down, but we are not done. We've got some sides coming. That's a side of no house advantage. This is my favorite no house advantage play. And if you've been watching the breakfast menu over the past week or 2, you know exactly where I am going here. This one is a no-brainer for me. You've already mentioned this gentleman once in this video. I'm going back to him again. PJ Tucker, over 0.5 3-pointers made is, to me, unquestionably the best prop you can get, because when you take it at no house advantage, it's essentially even money, and that line's not going to move. That line right now, the over 0.5 3-pointers made for PJ Tucker, is minus 238 if you wanted to bet on it. You get it at nothing. It's a no-brainer. It doesn't matter really what I think of it, even though I think he very clearly clears that. I have PJ Tucker set to make 1 3-pointer in like 3-point-something attempts. So I'm clearing it there, and it's a minus 238 bet. Don't overthink it. PJ Tucker over a half 3 made.
I like it. I've been on the overs today. Again, because I think I'm just projecting more minutes than you're seeing some of these lines reflect. I'm going Devin Booker over 4.5 rebounds. I think now the Phoenix Suns have not been a good rebounding team. The Milwaukee Bucks are out rebounding them on the offensive glass 30 to 23%. In total rebound rate, 51 to 48%. But Devin Booker, not the worst rebounding guard out there. He's going to have some games where he falls flat, but can he get over 4.5 rebounds in 44, 45 minutes? Again, do I know he's going to play that? No, but I think Devin Booker gets very, very close to that, at least 42 minutes today. So I like that. And if you look at our Awesemo NBA projections for No House Advantage, the over odds on this are higher right now than any other prop that we've got out there, Josh. So that makes me feel pretty good about it as well. Now, can I give you an egregious one before we close this out? Okay.
Everybody likes bonus content. You're getting dessert?
Yeah, let me give you some dessert. Agree.
Breakfast dessert. You never see that a lot.
I don't even, I mean, I guess we could go quarter strip of bacon here, right? But okay. Devin Booker, 30 plus points, and Zach Gallen, 7+ strikeouts at plus 370. Now hear me out. Zach Gallen's coming off the IR, okay? But he's only missed, I think he missed 1 start, maybe 2 starts, right? He's good to go. But he's facing a Cubs team that has the highest strikeout in the league against right-handed pitchers, 27%. I mean, this Cubs team is the same one that lost 11 straight games after being positioned to make the playoffs. They are just outright bad. So, is it ridiculous? Sure. You're not. I mean, this is one of the egregious bets we get to. Just like you talked about the Bucks Suns going to the playoffs the other day at plus 1,000. That's actually even more egregious than this. That's probably like a 1 or 2%. Well, we had to look. It's probably like a 2% chance.
No, it's way higher than that.
Actually, that's
I think like 5% of games just right. In general go to overtime. Because and then in the playoffs at a tight line, it's probably a little bit higher.
You're right. Because in the NFL, I think it's like around 1.5% of games end in ties, and it's hard to end in a tie in football. A lot harder than to go to overtime. So you're right. Yeah, it's probably like, definitely higher. But anyway, if he's not limited, I want to wait and see, and I want to wait and see what the Cubs lineup is. But if he's not limited, Zach Gallen, I think he can give you 7+ strikeouts. He's got a 28% K rate this season. The Cubs strike out at the highest clip versus righties. Devin Booker, 30+. Look, is it crazy? Of course it is. You're not doing much on that. But I just wanted to get a cross-sport bet in there because I love that stuff, particularly during the Super Bowl season.
That makes me so happy. Bonus content at the breakfast menu. You cannot beat it. Loughy and I will be back for live before lock from 8 to 9. And we're sticking around again. I've got the antenna. We're going to be set up. So we're going live after lock. We're not ending the stream. We're going to stick around and watch at least the first quarter, potentially the first half. Who the hell knows where we end up by the time this game ends. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Loughy, let the people know what else you've got going on.
Just a ton of fantasy football stuff right now over at the Awesemo Fantasy Football channel. Go to the Awesemo Fantasy Football channel. Type that into the YouTube search. It can get mixed up if you don't put channel in there, but check it out. We got a ton of videos. Everything you're trying to do to get you prepped for best ball season, redraft, dynasty. It doesn't matter what it is. Matt Gajeski and myself have been churning out content every single day. You're going to love these videos. You're going to love some of these short form content. Hopefully you check it out, subscribe to that channel, and help support us over there because I think we can get you where you need to go.
There it is, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this weekend edition of The Breakfast Menu. One last reminder, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Come join us tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern for Live Before Lock. It's going to be a good one. Go Bucks. Thank you, No House Advantage.